He never quite recovered back to himself. When he went to detention, he was a very able-bodied man and everything was working for him. After he came out, things were never right. And what actually validates his suffering is the payout he was awarded by High Court, the 945 million shillings he was given as payment for damages that had been done to him. Just the bulk of that figure shows you the severity of what happened to him. Now, the thing is, even with that figure in mind, the question remains, will that figure be paid? Has it been paid? And the importance, it's not about the money, it's just about the principle behind it. You know, that money shows that something wrong really happened to him. It has to act as a deterrent, because there'll be many opposing voices in this country. We have to know that they are not going to be treated the same way Matiba was treated. So we have lost a hero, we have lost a patriot, we have lost someone that really sacrificed for Kenya, and he sacrificed and paid the ultimate price for it. So I hope for the students of history or the newer people that probably don't know much about Matiba, if they have to remember him, they have to remember him for the sacrifice that he gave. At one time, Matiba owned so much, he owned so many companies. He owned the Hillcrest School.
He was also into the hospitality industry.
He was in the hospitality industry. He was someone that was high up there. Towards the end, the last, I would say, 20 years of his life, he just disappeared from the limelight. So many people thought he had already died, but actually he was nursing ill health. The papers say that he died from cardiac arrest that took a very long time. He has been in ICU for the last 3 weeks. So it was a very prolonged death as well. And when you look at the death that has happened here, you go back to the health problems that he had, and you start thinking, did this contribute to his untimely? I believe the death is untimely, to his untimely death now. And you go back and say, this was a robust young man. This would have been a very great leader for our country. But look what happened to him.
Look what happened to him.
And then, of course, you ask, did the culprits, the people that did this to him, will they ever face justice, or are they going to get away with it?
That remains a question that cannot be answered right now. Kevin, very briefly, as we wind up,
I think
your remembrance of Kenneth Matiba.
I'll probably pick it up from where Sheila has left it, and it's on justice, rendering justice. And probably if I could carry out just Malema challenge on air, and therefore say, as he said during the funeral mass of the late Mama, that can he tell us what to do with the people who tortured him now? Because they are going to attend his funeral. They are already sending him messages of condolence.
Cry louder.
They are going to be crying loudest, and they have all the airtime, you know, to say all the nice things around Matiba. But what do we need to do so that Matiba, you know, finds justice, and his family is able to also find justice, and that is able to rest in peace? But yes, of course, we remember him for having fought for democracy in this country, not just with his life, but indeed his wealth, because he's one of those politicians who was, in my view, willing to forego a lot of, you know, he was an MP, he became a PS at a very young age, he became a cabinet minister, and really, you look at all these things, and the question is, what's this life all about? All these people who are, you know, haggling at the county levels and siphoning service delivery monies, all these cabinet secretaries and PSs who are fighting for power left, right, and center. What's it for? And Matiba's story, I think, is one story that we really need to, even after he's buried, pick up and use as a case for, you know, leadership and governance, and so that people can be able to learn certain values and virtues of leadership and servant leadership at that.
All right, and I guess we'll wind up there. And